Do you think there will be a repeat of recession 2008 here coming up in 2022, 2023, maybe even dragging it out for a little bit longer? So what do you think is going to happen with the market?
100% no on the 2008 scenario. So that it was a different set of circumstances. We had over leverage, where basically anyone who had a pulse could get a loan. We don't have that today. We had homes underwater. We don't have that today. We have historically high equity in homes. So those two circumstances caused a spiral out of control of defaults that ultimately allowed, help financial, or it led to financial institutions failing. So it was a financial collapse. Now that financial collapse had extra domino effects that ended up crushing the real estate market. We just don't have that today. So we have historically low inventory that has caused home prices to rise at a pretty good rate over the last several years. Beyond that, the low inventory, we have high demand from millennials. Millennials right now, they previously were the largest demographic, and they're right now in their prime home buying age. Behind them is Gen Z. They are the largest generation in American history now, even more than millennials. And both millennials and Gen Z are significantly larger than Gen X. The Gen Z, they're just starting to turn like 21. I mean, they're basically just starting to get into the home buying, or the home or resident market. I mean, they'll be renters for a while. So that is a huge amount of demand that's coming into the market that already has low inventory. And that low inventory is getting a little bit of relief right now because of the interest rates. But it also it's a double-edged sword. Interest rates have gone up, which is pulling some buyers out, but it's also pulling some sellers off the market too, because they realize, hey, look, it's probably not going to get the best price that I could have a few months ago. Depends on the market. Because I think NAR mentioned it was like 20% year-over-year decline in pending listings for June. So inventory is tricking up a little bit, but it's not really a lot. Like 6 months of inventory is normal. We were below 1. Like all this was actually going on before COVID. COVID actually made it worse. That put us like less than 1 month of inventory, which is why we had insane bidding wars. So now, depending on the market, maybe anywhere between 1 and a little over 2 months of inventory. And I forget what the national average is, but it's still way below 6. So we have a lot of demand, we have low inventory, and then we have, we don't really have any promise right now of any surge in new construction, because new construction has been lagging and they're pulling back because of interest rates. They're at an 8-month consecutive month-over-month decline in confidence, the home builder confidence score, meaning they're not really happy about the outlook going forward for home sales. So they're just not going to build as many, which ends up being this really complex problem. Low inventory, high demand, high interest rates. So will we have 2008? No. Is there going to be a slowdown? Yes. I think it's probably more of a slowdown of transactions, at least, especially temporarily. It'll all reset. We still have high inflation. The biggest winners here, homeowners. Whether you're a landlord or owner occupant, if you own a home, equity's been rising significantly over the past few years. It won't continue at that pace, but it should still remain strong for the next several years. And if you're a landlord, so will rents. Less buyers means more renters. And there's a lot more renters coming on the market with Gen Z. So that's where I've said there's always like black swan events and stuff like that could throw a wrench in it. If nuclear bombs start going off in Russia or something, there's always crazy things that could happen. And if someone has credible evidence to the contrary, I'm happy to consider it. If homes just went on sale like they did in 2008, like, man, I wouldn't be happy for the circumstance, but from an opportunity standpoint, would absolutely take advantage of it. You just don't see it.